Hey everyone, Dr. Dave here from Integrated Sport and Spine. Going to be talking to you a little bit about how you've been brainwashed over the past couple of decades, and I would say all the way back since kind of the 40s and 50s. And really what that means from a weight loss standpoint, and more importantly, a healthy standpoint. So I've had these questions quite a bit since we started the program, and people getting on board with it, and or just talking to me about it. And the crazy thing, people are like, it can't be simple. That's way too easy. You've been telling me that I just eat different foods and I'll start to lose weight. So here's the reality. The reality is that you've been marketed to in a really horrible kind of way. And I want to take this back. This is going to be one of those little bit longer talks. I have a passion for looking at overall concepts throughout the history of time, because I think that they can teach us a lot about our current system and situation. If we look all the way back to the 40s and the 50s, life was pretty rough before that, and eating food was a chore. Someone had to be doing a full-time job of cooking. It wasn't easy to store meat, it wasn't easy to store food. Refrigeration and things like that were scarce. I mean, if you even think about it, indoor plumbing and electrical, the advances that we've made just from the 50s alone all play a part into the culture of selling you weight loss products. It's kind of mind-blowing, I know, but all the way back then, what had happened was convenience outdid quality. Cost outdid quality. So this is a very understandable concept. The government looked at things and they said, man, it costs a lot to feed your family, and most people don't make that kind of money. So people were starving, and it was a literal initiative to grow more corn, grow more soy, because those were crops that were easily produced. And the whole goal is to fortify bread, fortify this, put high fructose corn syrup in because it gives you great energy and allows people to eat. It brings the cost of food down. Well, all of this was with good intention, of course. And what it did was trained us as a society that we needed to have convenience over quality, and we needed to have cost below quality. Then came the 80s and 90s, and things like weight loss programs, people feeling bad about themselves, needed to start coming out because people were becoming less active, and in the downstream effect of that, they were becoming unhappy, overweight, joint pain, diseases, conditions, all of those sorts of things. People were starting to wonder, not wondering why, but looking at a symptom. And all of those are just symptoms. Symptoms of bad food and bad quality. So then what starts to happen is you get this big corporations, the people who are in charge of your food and growing your food and all of those sorts of things. They start coming up with ways to treat the symptoms, which is the weight loss industry. Weight loss industry is treating a symptom just like an aspirin is treating your pain. Aspirin doesn't fix your pain. A weight loss diet program doesn't fix your weight. It is literally as simple as that. And so we've had this bad marketing towards us, and then through the 80s and 90s, we had all sorts of misinformation, really bad research, really bad voices out there that were the masses saying things like, oh, we have to have a low-fat diet. Oh, we have to have this and fads this way and that way. And that started to brainwash people. People became very, very brainwashed with this. Now, fast forward, and we have basically a research-dependent diet fad going on right now. So in our current system, research has really actually started proving a lot of things for us. The unfortunate thing is that everyone's trying to make a buck off of that research. And so the reality is that people are starting to latch onto a singular idea for their health problem in thinking that they have to go down this one path or not, whether it be paleo diet, primal, Atkins, high fat, low fat, you name it, blood chemistry diets, you name it, there is a diet for it. Because right now there is such a huge influx of just information. We don't know quite what to do with the information. We're in the information age where anyone can Google what they should do for their diabetes, and then, oh, well, I have diabetes, that's a blood sugar problem. Okay, so I'm just going to start eating less carbs. So people with diabetes will start eating less carbs. And the simple truth is that in the whole grand scheme of our culture, we're trying to sell stuff to people, and we have a false perception of what eating actually is. So, what we need to focus on, and this is the statements that I've been getting with our ISS Perform Nutrition, is, wow, it can't be that easy. Is it really that easy? Yes. Eating healthy is extremely easy. Eating healthy is all about just getting real food into you. Whether you have diabetes or joint pain or fatigue, brain, this and that, it doesn't make a difference. You just have to eat real food. Real food is the basis of everything that goes on in our body. You have to understand that that is a simple concept. We are animals by nature. If it grows in the ground, we can eat it. If it's walking around and we have to slaughter it, we can eat it. Fake stuff should just not be part of our diet. It is literally as simple as that. Now, getting into the ratios, a lot of people start to go, oh, maybe I should be all plant-based, or maybe I should be all meat-based. The reality is that our bodies are meant for variety. We should give it variety. We shouldn't have any one system. We shouldn't think about a system. We should purely think about eating real food. It is as simple as that. So I hope this helps put things in perspective of what the culture is and what our current state of why we have so many health problems is people just aren't eating food, and they're not eating enough real food because they think that they have to lose weight, and they've been told that they need to eat less food. The reality is we need to fuel our body so that we can keep being human. We need to fuel our body so that we can live, and all of our systems within our body that are meant to naturally heal us and naturally put us at the weight that we're supposed to be at. We need food, and lots of food, in order to do that. We have to consume every meal. We have to get everything into us so that our bodies can work efficiently. So this is what the ISS Perform Nutrition is all about. It's really getting at the whole aspect of teaching you about real food, teaching you in quantities of fat, protein, and carbs, what is a healthy approach, not swinging too far one way or the other. We call it more towards the high fat because you've been marketed to for the past 20 years that you need a low fat diet. And so even though this isn't a true high fat diet, this isn't a ketogenic diet or anything of that nature, this is a higher fat than you're used to, so therefore we can say it's a higher fat diet. The reality is this is a balanced diet on what we should have been eating since the beginning of time and what our bodies were primarily meant to actually consume. So definitely reach out to me if you have questions. 608-271-8009 or Dr. Dave at issmadison.com. That's DRDAVE at issmadison.com. Hit me up with some questions. Weight loss is simple. It is really, really simple. It's 20% strategy, 80% mental. So I will leave you with that, my folks. Have a good day. Hope you enjoyed the walk down the train tracks like I am. This is my lunchtime, so I've been having some fun.